Why now may be a good time to start a new business? Really?
Seems counterintuitive, but there's several reasons. First of all, capital for small businesses is not as limited as people realize.
Some of today's most successful businesses started in dreadful economic times. General Electric was launched during the all-out panic in 1873. And even the Great Depression launched companies that are still around today. Hewlett-Packard is among them. DuPont invented nylon in the 1930s. So, is this the right time to start a new business? Dani Babb is a personal finance and small business expert with a new show on Fox Business on Saturdays. She's written several books, including her latest, The Accidental Landlord. She joins us now. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You know, it's sort of a contrarian idea that in these horrible economic times, you should be starting a new business. Why?
Seems counterintuitive, but there's several reasons. First of all, capital for small businesses is not as limited as people realize. There is VC money. The Small Business Administration is still
being
loaning.
venture capital.
Venture capital,
okay.
Yeah. And the Small Business Administration is still loaning, and it takes as little as $5,000 or $10,000 to start a business. So if your investments
$5,000 or $10,000, what kind of business can you start with so little money?
Kinko's, for example,
started with
$5,000. Lots of internet businesses. Most of the people that I work with are starting global internet businesses.
Take me back just for 1 second.
Sure.
What kind of business in this environment, you talk about internet businesses, but are there specific, I mean, people I think right now, some people are laid off, some people are thinking they're going to get laid off, and are probably thinking along these lines, do I want to finally break out and start that kind of business? What kind of business would you actually start tomorrow if you could?
You need to do whatever you're passionate about, and I don't care if it's knitting headbands, which is actually, there's several companies online doing very well in that area. Knitting headbands.
Okay.
Or we have to do is tap into what it is you would do if you could do it for free. You're not going to lay yourself off. It seems risky, but if you will pour your heart and soul into it, and you have a solid business plan going in, so you're looking at what all the factors are that could disrupt your business model, and you go in knowing what all those risks are with some cushion. You need to have a cushion. If you need to stay in your job and do them both at the same time, when I started my first business, I was still employed full-time, and I did it on the side 2 to 3 hours at night until my income was about the same. And then I left one, and that's an option for people too.
But that's a less risky option. Now, you started 11 different businesses.
I have. I've had 2 fail in the 11 businesses. I started the very first one during a recession in the 90s, a computer business, because people needed technology. They needed someone to repair their computers, and I became what at the time was California Computer Concepts.
Talk to me a little bit about community banks as one of the last sort of opportunities to find lending these days.
Yeah, well, the rates are better in most cases at community banks. The credit standards are higher, so often you have to go in with better credit. Many times you're going to have to secure your new business with your own Social Security number, your own line of credit. So your behind is on the line, which is kind of a good thing. And you've got some skin in the game. And if you can go in there and show the banks that, you have a decent chance of getting a loan, even in today's market.
Thank you so much. I really like this sort of contrarian, optimistic view about our economy. There's always a silver lining. Thank you again.
Thank you.